We're going to watch the 2022 American superhero movie Samaritan. Disclaimer. Spoilers ahead. Take care. 50 years ago in a town, there were twin brothers. They are very tough and untouchable to weapons. They injured a lot of individuals accidentally. As they were sleeping with their parents one night, some neighbors lit a fire in their house. The twins managed to escape as the parents were set on fire. The older brother Samaritan paid the price for their mistakes by giving his life to save the city. But the younger brother Nemesis, driven by a desire for vengeance, killed everyone responsible for his parents' deaths. He desires to rule the entire world. Samaritan made an effort to control his brother Nemesis. Nemesis created a deadly hammer. Samaritan and Nemesis can only be killed by it, nothing else in the earth can do it. To draw Samaritan into his trap, Nemesis one day set off a blast in a power plant and assaulted a large number of innocent victims. A Samaritan arrived to help the locals. The twin brothers get into a fight, both of them dead as a result of the power plant's massive explosion at that same moment. In present day, Sam, a 13-year-old kid, and his mother Tiffany are now residing in a small apartment. For meager pay, Tiffany works. Before she leaves for work, Tiffany asks him to remove the garbage. Sam enjoys Samaritan very much. He depicts the Good Samaritan in several drawings and thinks he is still alive. He notices it is raining as he steps outdoors. In the trash can, he discovers a sign of Nemesis. With spray paint, Sam painted the Samaritan symbol over the Nemesis symbol. Joe Smith, an elderly resident of the next apartment, appeared out of nowhere and promptly threw his trash in the trash can. Sam hides behind the garbage can. Having dumped the trash, Joe goes to his residence after removing a mini fan from the trash. At his apartment, Joe lives alone as a single man. He is employed by the waste cleanup division. Also, he fixes the outdated devices that he finds in the trash and sells them at the pawn store. Sam returns to his flat the following day after school, but the landlord has locked it since Tiffany didn't pay their rent. Sam visits the park as he frets over it. Using an ancient radio, Joe is making his way back from work that way. Sam yells out to him and queries whether the radio is functional. It's dead, according to Joe. Sam questions him about his damaged radio. Joe notices his watch is broken, wonders why, and then leaves for home. There, Sam's friend invites Sam to join him if he wants to make some money. Sam joins him to rob a number of copper coils from an old property and sell them for $40. A gangster named Cyrus and his girlfriend Sil arrived at this time. Cyrus enjoys Nemesis and is in charge of a number of robbers and criminals. One of the thieves, Reza, begs Jace to assist him in robbing a store along the seaside. Jace objected to it. Sam consents to participate and follows them. Sam is asked by Reza to distract the business owner. Sam smeared ketchup on his forehead and pretended to be injured. Reza and his buddies steal some boxes and flee as the owner comes to visit him. When they get to the scrapyard and open the crates, all they find inside are chips. The incorrect box has been stolen. Reza accuses Sam of taking the incorrect box in an effort to get away from Cyrus. Sam claims that he followed the rules exactly. Reza yells and knocks Sam to the ground. Sam is asked how old he is by Cyrus, who just arrived. Sam responds, 13. Cyrus criticizes Reza and offers him $200 because he likes him. Cyrus likes Sam, according to Sil. Sam enters his residence. Tiffany says she will pay the rent in 5 days and requests access to her home. Sam hands his mother the cash and asks her to present it to the business owner. Opening the door is the owner. Tiffany inquires about Sam's source of revenue. Sam succeeded in lying. Sam is to school the following morning. When they spot him, Reza and his pals chase him. Sam runs as quickly as he can, but Reza eventually catches up to him. Sam is being beaten by Reza. Reza's pals are thrown away by Joe when he arrives. Reza strikes Joe in the stomach, but Reza sustains damage. Joe expelled all of his buddies since he didn't care about him. Reza tries to attack Joe with a knife, but Joe breaks the blade in his bare hands. Reza runs away. Joe leaves the place without saying anything. Sam discovers his strength and boldness, realizing he is a Samaritan. He uses his binoculars to observe Joe's flat after returning home. He establishes his identity as a Samaritan after noticing the burn marks on his back. In full police gear, Cyrus, Sil, and his crew visit the evidence storage. They are asked to provide their IDs by the guard. He is killed by Cyrus with a grenade, and his group unlock the safe. Cyrus discovers the hammer of Nemesis as well as the Samaritan and Nemesis helmets. The door is broken by him using the hammer. He is aware of the hammer's might. Sam follows Joe and observes his every action. Joe asks him to stop following. Sam enters Joe's home through a window and discovers a scrapbook filled with several newspaper clippings about the Good Samaritan. Sam brings the book home with him. After Joe realized the book was stolen, he went to Sam's house and informed Tiffany of what had occurred. Sam is asked to return his book by Tiffany. Sam returns it and expresses his admiration. The following day, Sam runs into Joe and asks if he's a good Samaritan. Joe declares that he is only a fan like him before crossing the street. Reza and his pals were there in an instant and ran over Joe with their car. Joe's bones broke and he fell on the road. He seems to be dead. Sam goes near him and he cries. Joe suddenly opens his eyes, and his body begins to mend itself as he awakens. Sam says that he already knows he is a good Samaritan. Joe claims he needs water since he is so low. Joe returned to his house, where he ate some ice cream and had a scalding cold shower. Sam wonders why he is currently eating ice cream. Joe claims that when he is harmed, his body overheats and if he doesn't get it back to normal, his heart would stop. May blow up. Sam wonders whether it was the cause of Nemesis' demise. Joe requests that he refrain from discussing Nemesis. Cyrus takes his hammer and appears to be wearing Nemesis masks in the center of the city. He calls on the criminals to launch a revolt and steal goods from the rich people. Everyone believes Nemesis is back, and crime rates are skyrocketing. Sam visits Joe the following day and inquires about his daily schedule. Sam gets scared and runs away. He observes Reza beating Jace while he is sprinting. Sam beats Reza and lets him escape. Reza breaks Sam's wrist and leaves him near his apartment. Joe and Reza saw each other. Joe admitted Sam to the hospital. The elderly man they hit by their car is still alive, Reza informs his friend. Cyrus requests his squad to bring him after noticing the damaged vehicle. They start fighting with Joe after following him into a lane. He brutally beats them all before throwing them into the air. He was not hurt despite their shooting at him. Joe defeats them all. As a little child notices everything, she asks Joe how he accomplished it. Everyone gathers around Joe and starts recording him. They suddenly lob a grenade in Joe's direction. Joe grabs the woman, leaps from there, and flips a car, using the car as a shield to escape. The grenade. Joe protects the girl despite the grenade blast. The Samaritan is back, the media reports while airing this footage. Joe makes the decision to leave town. After watching the footage, Cyrus and his crew visit Joe's home to try to catch him. Joe had already left. Cyrus damaged the space, and through Joe's window, he can see Sam. Reza claims that Sam and Joe are pals. Cyrus asks them to catch Sam. Sam and his mother attempt to flee, but Cyrus captures them. Sam claims that a good Samaritan will rescue him. Cyrus kidnaps Sam, and still severely beats Tiffany. Joe is awaiting the train on the other side. He unexpectedly discovers Sam's watch in his suitcase and rushes over to Sam's house to return it. Tiffany is crying in the kitchen. She claims Cyrus abducted Sam. After becoming furious, Joe puts a lot of oil barrels in a truck and drives to Cyrus' house. Cyrus intends to shut down the power plant, causing a complete blackout of the city. His gang members will steal at the same time. Joe shows up there. Guards made an effort to stop the truck. Joe runs over each of them and flips the truck into the structure. Sam notices this and informs Cyrus that he will fail just like Nemesis. Joe is being shot at by every thug present, coming from all sides. Joe beats many of them. Cyrus arrives and declares that he will finish the job that Nemesis began. Joe requests Cyrus to release Sam. Cyrus scolds Joe with a hammer after telling him no. Joe falls down. He is repeatedly beaten by Cyrus. Joe tries to wake up. Good folks will always fall, Cyrus said as he hammered Joe once again. Joe blocks the blow and declares that the other person is the bad man in this situation, not the good guy. Sam and Cyrus are in shock. It seems, Samaritan is the one who died in the crash. Nemesis escaped the blast and was living as Joe. Joe says I'm the bad guy and takes the hammer. His attitude reveals just how evil he is. Several of the criminals, including Sil, perish as the truck's oil drums exploded in an instant. Joe kills them one by one without mercy. At once, there are a lot of them around him. Joe breaks the pillars near him and makes the ceiling fall down. The crash has destroyed them all, but Joe is still alive and is running for Cyrus. Sam is held by Cyrus inside a broken pipe, and he instructs his city's criminals to erase the city at night. The entire city becomes dark, and the criminals begin to rob, kill, and destroy people and property. The banks. Cyrus roars like a beast while wearing Nemesis masks. The entire structure is burning. Sam is yelling for assistance. Joe is tired. When he spots Sam, he goes to free him. Cyrus snatches the hammer as he turns around. He starts to fight back. Due to the extreme heat, Joe's heart starts to beat rapidly all of a sudden. He is beaten by Cyrus, who also tries to get him to jump from the burning building. Sam makes a valiant effort, breaks the pipe, and strikes Cyrus in the back. Joe climbs up and grabs the hammer, wrapping it around Cyrus. Cyrus can't move. Joe lifts Cyrus over his head and throws him from the building and remembers how he let Samaritan die in the same way 50 years ago. Joe's heart started to beat quickly all of a sudden, and he fell down. Joe was cold by the water when Sam smashed a nearby tap. Building collapse starts to happen. Joe takes Sam in his hands and starts to run. In order to save Sam, he slammed into the wall and jumped from the building to another one close by. Sam questions whether Nemesis is indeed him. Indeed, Joe answers. Sam claims to be a decent man and to be able to solve things. Sam departed. Several journalists showed in and questioned Sam about what had happened. Sam claims that a Samaritan saved him and that Samaritans still exist. The movie finishes as Joe waves to Sam and starts to cross a bridge. Until next video, take care.